Morning, everybody. My phone's telling me a cleaner lens makes for a better video. It's pretty funny. We are on the Stony Ridge farm this morning. Cheers, grab your coffee. It's cows and coffee time. I promise you, this will smooth out. I left my microphone and my gimbal on the Kubota right here. We're walking down here to the Kubota. Cows are down there mooing. They're grumpy this morning. I don't know what the deal is, but we're gonna address the grumpiness for sure. So, first of all, everybody needs to know this, I guess. When we do the live streams, you guys are on an apparatus called a gimbal. This is it. Okay, this is what I'm holding on to. That's what balances the phone and makes everything nice and smooth versus like it is right now, like an earthquake. So we set that gimbal up, and then I have a microphone that plugs into the phone also. And I'm going to plug that guy up. So you might hear a little beep or a little blip for just a second as I do this. Okay. Get you all. Can't hear me, huh? Now you got me. So I just have to turn the mic off. This is the little fuzzball mic that I use on the live stream. So now you guys know a little bit about the equipment that it takes to do these live streams. Okay. So we're on a iPhone 12 Max, and we are using a gimbal, and we're using the new DJI microphone system, which is super cool, super awesome. Hopefully it doesn't try to flip you guys over. Yep, it's going to. Hear that beep? It's error. I had to run out the house in a big hurry this morning to get all this done. I don't understand why this thing wants to flip twice to accomplish the same thing, but we'll make that work just right now. So welcome to the farm this morning. It is absolutely gorgeous. It's a little chilly, which is not surprising this time of year. I think I woke up, it was 38 degrees or so here, and cows are doing great. Man, the cows do awesome when the weather's cool like this. It seems to me that they eat a little less food. So let's head on over and we'll take a look at the cows and see what they're up to and how they're doing. If you use the word shot in a Facebook reply, you will go to Facebook jail. I don't know. No, I don't think so. I don't think so, buddy. But if you type that, I guess it might flag you. You know, people can say, give me a shot at it. Give me a chance. I don't think that's going to do anything. Day 5 of COVID. When will it end, Prismatic Acres? Man, I'm sorry. Sorry you're sick. I've had it twice. I anticipate getting it again. Yeah, it's not fun. I feel you, brother. Hang in there. Take good care of yourself. Get plenty of rest. It's about all you can do. You're just kind of helpless. I don't know. How many of you guys have had that? It's it's just not a lot you can do. 30 days in Facebook jail. But we don't. It's like talking to a pitcher in a no-hitter or DRW. Just don't talk about it, right? And Facebook is not a government entity, so there is no such thing as you're in a private place. You know what I mean? So Facebook isn't a public place like a government office. You can't just do whatever you want to do. So I agree with some of the policies of social media platforms. I don't want to see filth and dirty nastiness, and I don't want to see that stuff. So all but TikTok right now, it seems to me, are pretty respectful. I am considering. I'm on TikTok. I don't know how many of you guys are on TikTok. It's when you watch it, you just can't take your eyes off of it. There's just so much going on all the time. It's not really my thing. I don't know what you guys think. Let me know. I prefer the longer videos, the long form videos like I'm doing right now. So, I don't know. Good this morning, Shelbyville, Illinois. The chill is on in fall colors, man. You see the fall colors back here. If you couldn't see the sun wasn't pounding us in the eyes. You'd be able to see them. So we're just zipping out here. The cows are pretty close to the house. I could have walked down here this morning, but I got a lot to accomplish. I'm actually going to go help my neighbor as soon as we get done here. Gorgeous day. I cannot wait to move the cows right here outside of the fence. I think I'll be doing that tomorrow or Sunday, potentially Sunday. Let's see here. I have a friend that lost taste for 8 months because of COVID. Wow. Well, that happens, man. It's the reality that we live in. There's not a lot we can do to change it other than protect yourself, wash your hands, and if you're sick, my advice to you, if you're sick, is don't go out in public and get everybody else sick. Know what I mean? Stuff doesn't get spread if you don't take it out. Sometimes you just don't know. All right. Morning, girls. Let's turn it around, dude. The cows are right here just waiting for me. This is pretty funny. They're never down here. But this morning I walked out the door to take the dog out to the bathroom. And they were already mooing and carrying on and fussing at me. Oh, man. K9 Striker says, I ain't got no use for 15-second videos. Stay home and drink your coffee. That's it. You know what I did when I was sick? I got wonton soup, chicken noodle soup, wonton soup, chicken broth. That's what I used. You hear Mona? Hey, Mona. Hey, Mona. Oh, man. Ryan Cheryl Farr says, ready for some tree stand footage. Man, I don't know. I don't know if I'll do that or not. Not really a hunting channel, so I'm not too sure. You know, this, believe it or not, carrying the camera around and talking is work. And kind of when I'm out hunting, I kind of want a little peace. So we'll see. We shall see. Do you think there will ever be immunity? Do you think there will ever be immunity to COVID like there is for flu symptoms? There's no immunity for flu symptoms either, brother. No, I don't think so at all. Not at all. We had a discussion about the flu shot the other day, and you know, everybody can make your own healthcare choices, but maybe it's coincidental, maybe it's not, but Miss Stony Ridge got pretty sick after the flu shot this year, and I heard tell of a whole lot of folks. Don't let that deter you. If your doctor says you need the flu shot, go off their advice. I'm not advising you, but I'm just telling you what she experienced. So where we got to move the cows is across from this paddock right over into there, and then tonight we'll be moving them into here where I'm walking. Woolly bully. Hey, grumpy boy. He won't square off with me when I'm on the other side of this fence wire. But last night, he was not a happy camper. Woolly bully, there's nothing to be mad about, buddy. And there's Sweetie. Morning, Sweetie. How are you? Get cow kisses this morning? Oh, get a nudge, don't I? Do I get a nudge? Good girl. Good girl. Okay, let's head on down here and do our job this morning. Guys, as you come in the door, please hit that like button. Really helps the channel, helps us to grow. And your homework assignment over on Facebook is click that share button. Share these videos with like-minded people, guys. Let the world know what small little country farms are like. Regenerative farms. Okay, so I'm going to unhook this critter. Get him out of the way here. Got a little shuffling to do. And then we're going to move the cows by unhooking this wire right here. And they are grumpy this morning. You hear that? grump. That's an angry. Yeah, that's a grumpy cow. Let's see if we can get them all to move. Woo! 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 Oh, that's good times. Come on, girls. Come on, girls. No pushing, no shoving. Come on. Good morning. Morning, Freedom. Morning again, sweetie. Good morning. Cow kisses. Yeah, thank you. Tammy's all about moving today. Come on, guys. Let's go. Here comes Mr. Grump. Oh, woolly bully. I am not turning my back on that bull, you little grumpy thing. Morning, girls and boys. Susie. Come on, Susie. Good morning. That's Susie. Good morning, everybody. 213, always the last to go. It's like 213 said, man, I thought that was home, dude. What happened? What you doing there, 213? I'm going to start bucket training 213. She's going to be my new pet. How long does a cow carry a calf? 9.5 months, similar to a woman. That's how long. I can see Woolly Bully checking one of those youngsters into the fence. Oh, he's been pretty good. Where is my karate cow? Where is that knucklehead? Let's go see if we can find a karate cow. I grew up on a dairy farm and loved it. Awesome, Cheryl. Even animals have their grumpy days. They're hungry, and we're moving through the pastures here. They're just a little hungry because the forage isn't all green. So we've got a lot of brown coming in here. The cool season grasses are coming on, and the warm season grasses are dying off. So they're getting down to the nitty gritty, and like this cow right here. So it took a little sniff of that dry grass and was like, nope, nah, I think we'll skip this little spot right here and go to a place where some green grass is. So they use all of their senses, and a lot of these tufts of grass that you see, there's like a tuft right here. Underneath that tuft of grass is manure, and they don't want to eat right next to their manure. We'll probably drag these pastures with the drag harrow sometime in the next week or two. And what that'll do is spread out all these manure pats, and that'll do us a little bit better on our grass. We need rain. It's been very dry for the last few weeks here. We've only had like less than a tenth of an inch of rain. So we need it, guys. Now you can see where all the sweet grass is. The best grass is on this north slope right here. It's a little north slope, and you can see there's some green stuff in there. That's your fescue. In case you guys don't know, there are cool season grasses and cool season plants and warm season grasses. Why do the cows look thin? If these cows look thin to you, I don't know what you're looking at, my friend. So they're not thin, but the weather's, cooled off, and they have a little bit less forage. But again, we move them twice a day. These cows don't look thin. Take a look. This is Cindy right here. Cows that are thin don't have that. That's what I call a butt gut. That's a big old fat cow. We do have something going on right here. Is a groundhog building a nest right here? Got a little hole. So either that is where a groundhog is building a nest, or it's where there's a yellow jacket nest and something tried to dig it up. Watch it for a second here and see if we see any yellow jackets. That's not a good thing right there. That is a very bad thing. If there's so underneath the ground right here, this was a gully. It was about 12 feet deep. Underneath the ground right here was I guess a tree stump. This is Cindy, by the way. Cindy, how you doing, girl? This is our model cow. She's a big old fat cow. Somebody said they look thin, but they're not pregnant. They're not 9 months pregnant. They're just not going to look fat, Tracy. Okay. No, Bob, we don't have badgers out here. They don't look thin. They, in fact, in my mind, they look almost fit. You know, they just look fit. And you see some of the younger ones. Some might look. Let's just go over and show you. So we've got these almost adult calves right here. Some of them are still nursing on mom. Okay, and when they're that big, I mean that's probably a 600-pound calf right there. When they're that big and they're still nursing on mom, then it can suck mom down a bit. It can draw mama down a little bit. So you can tell the moms that are not letting them suck, and then the moms that are. Yep, I would guess that this is 18. She has no calf. Let's talk about thin cows. 18 has no calf. See the butt gut? See how chubby she is in the backside? She's just a big old fat cow, right? She doesn't have a calf. You see this cow here, we've got udders. So that means the calf is still drinking. This is number 15. 15 is one of the bigger cows on the farm. And you can see she's a little bit thin on her backside. This is number 5, Freedom. Freedom has a calf also. There you go. But you can see the comparison. Let's just get back here and see. In the rump area, there's a little dip right here with number 15, where there is no dip with number 18. 18 didn't have a calf this year. 15 is still feeding her calf. So, yep. Do you give him hay as it gets colder? Cheryl. Yeah, but what we're doing is grazing stockpile forage right now, okay? So there's enough grass out here to totally sustain and or grow these 35 or 33 beef cows. So that's what's going on. So we are on stockpile, and hopefully we have enough stockpile all the way through the winter that we don't have to feed hay until January. Got 200 bales of hay, and we might start supplementing 1 bale of hay per day sometime in the next month or so. And then when it gets really cold, we'll probably roll 2. So that's what's going on. Tracy said, that's what I saw. Yeah, so you can see this cow here still has a calf on her. Okay, right? 25. Look at how she's a little thin in her butt. Okay, that's what you're seeing. Healthy, good-looking fat cows. But again, when they have a almost full-grown calf on them, they tend to draw them down just a little bit. All right, let's go over here because it looks like we got a cow trying to go back to the other paddock. And she stopped. Nope, that's not home anymore. Sorry, little girl. All right, we're going to disconnect this guy and bring him around the other side of the fence. Simple and easy. Let's go right there. Right here. Biggity bam. Good to go. Okay, now we need to close off this section because they've already grazed here. You see all the manure pats. You can see the difference in the manure pats out here versus no manure pats, like fresh manure pats out here. That's why you don't have to worm these cows, because they're never grazing next to their fresh manure pats, okay? That's it. You take a human, you take a goat, you take a cow, you take anything, and you put it right next to its own manure, and you run the potential of parasites. So that's how we keep them down. We keep them moving. All right. Okay, so this is cow number 40. Cow number 40 has a like an enlarged nipple right there, udder. That is not a trait that we would like to carry on with our animals, and we'll keep a close eye on her daughter and make sure that she doesn't have that same situation going on. At first I thought it was mastitis, but it's just a slightly deformed udder. Okay, all right, let's get this fence wire squared away. You hear it popping? Whoops, stepped in a nice big pile of poop. There we go. There we go. Let's shock the snot out of ourselves here. Now we're cooking. Sorry, a little earthquake there for you. Okay, good to go there. Just have to make sure none of this is touching the fence post right there. So the cows are good. They will go in here this evening and be able to graze that all evening. And in the morning, I'm going to put them outside of the fence, which is a little bit nerve-wracking for me, but that's all right. We're going to get 2 extra days of grazing out there. And the grass is thick, really thick. You see Wooly Bully, he doesn't have a baby and he isn't thin. He's a big old boy. 42, so 42 has a calf, has had a calf this year, but you see her condition back here on her backside. You can't see ribs on her, but you can see little ribs on this cow, number 10. This is Susie, and Susie does have a calf. So that's why you see a little bit thinner versus a little bit fatter cow. Good question, Tracy. Morning, Michael. Steven, good morning. Cowboy Steve-O, out in Yellowstone in the spring when the snow melts, some of the valleys have tens of thousands of manure piles. Isn't that crazy? That is crazy. That's why you got 6-foot deep topsoil. This stuff builds topsoil. There's 15 again. So we were looking for karate cow. Karate cow. Number 17. Where is a karate cow? I'm sorry, my phone keeps moving around. It has a mind of its own this morning. Where is Mr. Karate Cow? We might call him Cheeseburger Larry. We could call him Cheeseburger Larry or Karate Cow. What do you guys think? I like Karate Cow. We might have to name another one Cheeseburger Larry. Hey Karate Cow. Hey Karate Cow, you gonna be my friend this morning? Let's see what he does. Come here, buddy. Hey, buddy. How you doing this morning? How you doing? I think Karate Cow's appropriate. I wish my camera would stop turning the wrong way. That's funny. Joe Hall, good morning from Wyoming. Hopefully it's pretty out there. Hopefully the wind's not blowing too hard in Wyoming today. That's kind of a misnomer. It's always blowing hard in Wyoming, right? Do the udders ever shrink when they're done feeding their cows? Yes, that's exactly what they do, brother. Exactly. It's how you can tell. So if you look at this cow, number 22. Ooh, my gimbal's about to die. If you look at number 22 right here, her udders are much smaller. She's actually got them kind of hid. They're much smaller, right, 22? Yeah. So what you see, and she's starting to put back on weight. She almost looks a little heavy on the right side. Typically, they'll carry their baby on the right side, but there's her udders. And you see they're pretty small. There we go. Good shot of them right there. So, yep, their bag shrinks up when they stop feeding. Now, what are we going to do to fix this? Because we don't wean the calves. In other words, we don't take the calves out of the pasture with the rest of the cows. Checking this cow's backside here. This is one of the cows that we banded, and its testicles are just about to drop. This is what, number 202? Yeah, a 202. So, I'm sorry, buddy. Your poor little privates. He'll be a steer, and he'll be beefed. He will be high quality beef. All right, who else we got? So we got, these are young girls, young ladies right here. And this is brood stock for next year. So these cows will be bred next July or so. They're called heifers before they have a calf or are pregnant. And then they're called cows after that, if they're a female. It's either a bull or a steer, heifer, a cow, or a calf. So we call this a heifer calf. There you go. An open cow is a cow that's open to breeding. Okay. So I'm sure Sweetie is probably, this is Sweetie. I'm sure Sweetie is probably an open cow, or she's already been bred, right? Good deal. When you go to the sale barn to buy cows, they'll tell you what trimester that the cow's in. Pretty nifty. He'll make a great steak, says DRW. That's funny. I haven't had any steaks from the most recent cow we process. What we're doing is in the research phase. When you do grass-fed beef like these critters, you want to make sure that you process your beef at the right time of year. So you have to process we have to do some testing here and see when the best time of year is to process. If you process them now, the forage is obviously not as good as it was in September. It's also not as good as it was in August or July. So we have to process them grass-fed at the appropriate time when the appropriate nutrients are in the grasses. And that's where you get good grass-fed beef versus that old grainy grass-fed beef that people complain about, okay? So there's some science to what time of year that you process them. Everything I'm reading and what I'm finding out is late September, October is the time for process, okay? And make no mistake, guys, we're not telling you anything different. These cows might be sweet. They might be kind of pets. These are brood cows. These are cows that are made to make little baby cows. And the baby cows that are males will be beef. That's what these animals are here for. They're here to feed us. And I respect them and I care for them very deeply because they're here to feed us. And they're here to earn a living. Learn something new. Did not know that. There you go, Cowboy Steve-O. Awesome. Got a bit of a frog in my throat this morning. Look at this big old girl. Big girl. Got a few flies on. You can see her bag. Her milk sack is pretty plump right here. So got a little white in it. At the sale barn, that would be a point against her. So she had white on her udders right there. It means she might not be totally 100% pure Angus. Okay, that might be a reason that somebody might cull. This one also, maybe her daughter. And that may be a reason also to do the same thing. So, good stuff. A little education, a little cow education this morning, huh? Everybody's happy and eating good, guys. It's pretty awesome. Well, as you can tell, they are much less grumpy than they were. They seem to be happy. They're getting fatter. And we're going to let you guys go from here. So I thank you all so much for joining me here this morning on the farm. This is the morning move. Not a lot going on. A lot of good questions asked. Thank you guys so much for all that. Do cows ever get processed for beef? Absolutely. Yeah, they do. Totally. Yeah, but guys, thanks a lot for joining me here on the Stony Ridge. Beautiful day. Got a lot of work to do. Got to get on the fence post pounder and start knocking in timber. I got to get on the post pounder, start knocking in some fence posts, and I'm working on the fencing design. We talked about that last night. This pasture over here has to be fenced, and we got about 3/4 of a mile of fencing to put up. Not a ton of fencing, probably a 2-day job once we get the fence crews out here. So I'll get started. They'll come in, help me out. We'll learn from those guys and we'll bring it to you. So thanks, guys. We'll see you next time on the Stony Ridge. Hit that like button and have a great day. This is your opportunity to click that share button while you're in here and hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, jump in and subscribe. On Facebook, there's a little badge up there at the top right corner of the video. It's called a subscription badge. You can click that subscription badge. It helps the farm. It helps to buy the hay for the farm. It helps to buy the products that I use to bring you guys to the farm live. No pressure. If you want to, click that button right there and you can subscribe to the channel. That subscription, I think, is like $4 a month or something like that. So instead of leaving stars and super chats and stuff like that, that's just one way you can give back if you're interested. Guys, thanks a lot. We'll see you next time on the Stony Ridge. Let's see if we can get the girls to moo. Woo! Woo! No moo today. They're hungry. Folks, take care. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for joining me. All right.